The team with a great attitude. They're working very hard. They want to improve. They do everything they ask. They're just not shooting the ball well. So how do you? The only thing you can do about that is practice shooting.
Well, they're tough at home, though. Utah has won 20 consecutive games. They are 13-0 last season at home. So for a visitor to break through in this building has proven a difficult task. We are just about set to tip it off. A look at Andre Miller at 29 points in his last outing for a new career high against Long Beach State in the 7-point win that we brought to you right here on KJazz TV last Saturday.
I think the first couple of minutes are going to be crucial. See how Weber State comes out. After all, this is definitely a big game for them. They know that already Utah State has been able to beat them, so they feel that they have more than a good shot.
Tonight's tip-off brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. It's all within your reach. That's AT&T Wireless Services. Set to jump center, Hanno Metala will jump against Eric Ketchum. And we are underway. And the tip is controlled by Weber State.
Baskerville got in there and got a piece of that ball and a rebound off that jump and managed to get Weber State the ball.
And he's quick.
Yes,
Damian Baskerville, the senior out of Detroit, Michigan.
Well, he led them in scoring last year, and he's fourth in scoring this year, so that tells you they're an improved team.
Gill comes off the pick, penetrates, the shot won't go, and a rebound pulled down by the Wildcats, but a walk. Arsenault had trouble controlling that ball and walked with it.
Yeah, they don't have a real tall team, but they have got good overall height, and watch for them to be playing some zone, Steve.
Yeah, they will play big too. They're in a 1-3-1 zone to open this game. You'll see some matchup zone from them.
And of course, when you play zone, it equalizes the height somewhat because you do keep your big men under the basket.
And Utah will look to get the ball inside. Now Jensen flashed high post, and they didn't get the pass into it.
No, he was free too. And,
Althoff will rotate low, and Jensen comes up high.
They continue to move the ball around the perimeter, and of course, there's an opportunity to get it inside right there.
5 on the shot, ball slapped away from Jensen. And a lead pass for Baskerville, knocked out of bounds, and it comes off Baskerville and goes to Utah.
Well, tells what Weber State wants to do. They want to run. They didn't hesitate one bit. They got the ball up the court real quick.
Scoreless here in the Huntsman Center. As you look at the replay again, it looked like the ball came off Andre Miller perhaps, but Baskerville was on the end line, and Utah has the basketball. Stripped away again, and here come the Wildcats, 3-on-3. Baskerville pulls it back out, and he'll dish to Gill.
Yeah, they got all over Metla that time. As soon as he got the ball, 3 men were on him.
Arsenault, high arcing shot is off the mark, and Jensen clears.
Pretty good look, but he wasn't ready, and of course, that's what you have to do against the zone.
And a reverse is good. Gillian with the basket to get Utah on the board.
You know, as soon as that shot went up, Gillian took off. And so that's the way you beat the zone. You got to get down the floor, stretch them out, make them play defense over the whole 96 feet.
Andy Jensen works on Althoff inside. Left-handed hook, and he scores.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Andy Jensen's the big brother, isn't he? What a pair of shoulders and arms on him.
Listed at 260.
Yeah, he's a good 260. Looks like he could be a tight end to me.
Alex Jensen outside, inside, turnaround, Metala, no. And he tails his own shot, but it goes off Weber State, and Utah retains possession and gets a new shot clock.
Yeah, now Metla's had 2 opportunities to get the ball inside. Pretty good shot then, and I like the idea he followed his shot.
Miller triggers into Alex Jensen.
They choose to just take the ball out into the court because I know Utah is one of the best teams in the country in inbounds play on baseline.
Metala under pressure, has it stripped away again, but Jensen retrieves for the Utes.
Well, Metala's getting pretty good position, Steve. He just hasn't been able to get the ball. He's kept it down low, and that's allowed the Weber State defenders to get some hands in there and get it away from him.
Wildcats zone really active. Now Jensen open for 3, but it won't fall, and comes down to Weber State's Eric Ketchum, and now Baskerville will push it.
So there's nothing wrong with that shot. It just didn't go in. It's like hitting line drives, and the infielders are coming up with them all.
Utah will stay in the man, and they'll stay in that as much as they can tonight unless they get into foul trouble.
Well, they're a very good defensive team.
Andy Jensen works against Althoff. And the left-hander is rejected by Big Nate.
Yeah, he had it timed perfectly. I'll tell you one thing, that Jensen is strong now. He just backed him right down.
Miller looks inside to Metala, and the Utes swing the ball.
There's a lot of physical contact on the East.
That's Metala's jump shot from the free throw line, and he scores.
That's where he's at his best, right at the top of the circle. Nice little soft jump shot.
Utah with a 4-2 lead. Played 3.5 minutes. It's Utah and Weber State.
Yeah, I was going to remark, I think the referees are letting them play, which is good.
Arsenault is rejected by Alex Jensen.
Yeah, another block.
And Althoff does a nice job saving it, and outlets to Miller. Now in traffic, has it stripped. Andre out of control that time.
Yes, he was.
3-on-2 Wildcats. Arsenault dishes. Baskerville jump shot. Finds the mark and ties it up.
I like the pace of this game. This is basketball. They're running, nobody's holding back. They're playing right at each other.
And Jensen and Arsenault had a little contact, a few words, and the official brings them together at midcourt, settle things down. Here's the Althoff block a moment ago.
Nice and clean, good block, and a little body after it, but the block was good.
And now here's the other one, Baskerville inside, and Althoff has another block.
Yeah, Althoff's got great timing. You know, yeah, for some reason, when you see him walking up and down the floor, you get the idea that he's a little bit awkward, but I was impressed with his hands the other day.
And he has the broken finger, don't forget. He had the broken finger, and it's taped together.
And he's got long arms.
Sharp is in, along with Cullen now for Utah, as Andre Miller and Hanno Metala get a seat. Killian puts it on the floor. A lot of contact. Shot goes in, and one for Killian.
Yeah, he took advantage. You know, one thing in the zone you don't want to do is give the baseline to anybody. As the defensive man came running out, you'll see him come running out here, and he takes it right to the baseline. And by that time, when Jensen gets over, he ends up fouling him, and he gets the shot too. Killian's a very, very strong young man. He's got a nice build on himself.
And Killian hits the free throw. It's good, and there's a timeout on the floor with 15:50 left in the half. And Utah holds a 3-point edge over the Wildcats.
Digital voice stream PCS phone. Compliments of One Network Wireless voice stream at the University of Utah. Take a coupon.
Yeah, it's
Up and down.
It's a nice pace, nice tempo.
Referee's letting him play.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. Yep, he's staying. He's not going to the islands. Yep. Second winningest coach in Utah history in terms of numbers of wins. Taking him to the bowl games, and he'll be back. Welcome back, Ronnie Mack, huh?
And he can beat BYU.
Yeah. Utes by 3, 15:50 left in the half. Of course, the news coming off the hill here today was the future of Ron McBride, and it is no aloha unless aloha remains hello, because Ron McBride has opted to stay here at the University of Utah. Head coach since 1990 has taken his name out of the consideration for the vacancy at the University of Hawaii. So, Frank, it's welcome back, Ronnie Mack.
I hope he stays forever. I think he's just what college football is all about. He's tough, but he's got a nice streak about him. He's a wonderful man. He does a great job, and he's done a lot of good for football here.
Well, we're looking forward to working with him again here next year at KJazz TV. Meantime, basketball right now. Ball stripped from Arsenault by Jensen, and Cullen picks it up. He'll kick out to Sharp, and Sharp will pull it back out and allow his Ute teammates to set up.
You know, I like what Cullen did there. He held up Steve. He didn't panic. You know, a lot of guys would have put the ball on the floor and tried to advance it. He got hold of it and got it into the hands of a guard.
From the corner, Cullen hits the three. So Cullen makes his presence felt early in this one.
With two good plays. He got himself open on the baseline, hit the jumper, and made that. Now, you know, it's a simple thing, but a lot of players overreact and end up losing the ball.
Utes now with a 6-point lead. And this trip down, the Wildcats need a basket. Ketchum. Pass was intended for him from Jensen, tipped out of bounds by Utah.
Oh, he was there, too. Just managed to get a hand up, and that's why you get your hands up. Maybe get a piece of it and Otherwise, give away a sure basket.
Gill looks to trigger, goes to Baskerville. Little spin, lots of traffic, dishes to Arsenault, forces one in, and Althoff commits the foul.
See, that's what the pros like about him, is that he has strength. He finishes the play. He gets up there, there's a foul, they get a piece of the ball. Watch this. All right, as the shot goes up, he's got the inside position. All right, here he goes, he gets the ball. Watch it, little fake, goes up and goes right through the pressure to get the basket.
Arsenault, an 80% free throw shooter, converts and finishes the three-point play. And now Hanno Metala will check in for Nate Althoff. So Metala comes back into the lineup. Has one basket. Quiet crowd tonight, Frank.
Yes,
right now, sitting on their hands. Foul committed by Baskerville.
They're still coming in, Steve. You know, if you notice, when the Star Spangled Banner was played, I'd say it was less than half filled, and the people, you see them still filing in, and probably in a little while the place will be filled. It'll be a sellout.
Killian with the ball on the floor, goes to Jensen. It's tapped away and recovered by Alex.
Yeah, the zone is compact. It's not getting out, being real aggressive. You can see there's a little aggressive act on the part of Arsenault.
Cullen from the corner again, and he finds the mark.
Yeah, I think the Utes are going to be able to move the ball unless the zone changes and becomes more aggressive, or they're going to get those kind of open shots. And that's a good sign because they made a few of them now. It's 3 jumpers in a row.
Utah's lead is 6 again. Baskerville shot won't go catch him, rebounds, but he's fouled. Cullen got him with a body.
Yeah, Cullen shoots the basketball, seems to be a smart player, plays within himself. I predict he's going to be a very, very good player before he gets out of here.
Utah shooting 71% from the floor on 5 of 7. Meantime, Weber just 3 of 8. And the Utes are 2 out of 3 from the arc. They were 0 for 12, by the way, Frank, last Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's a big improvement
yes,
already.
Yes, it is. Oh, there's nothing like being at home. And also getting a little rest. You know, these young athletes takes about 24 to 36 hours, and they are completely rested and healed.
And Miller came in at the last whistle for Utah, and now a foul committed by Ketchum. Say, you're no longer forced to watch the news every night at 6 and 10. Instead, catch the hit series Friends. Friends 5 nights a week on KJazz TV. Sometimes no news is good news. Right now, the good news for Utah is they're playing decent defense and they're shooting the ball.
Well, that's their strength. I think that Rick Majerus's teams are always basically so sound defensively, and that gives you a chance to be in every ball game. You know, you'll have off nights in shooting, but you never have an off night home or away if you're a good defending team.
And this is no chopped liver Weber State team. They already own a win over BYU. They beat Rice in a holiday tournament last weekend and really had San Francisco beaten too. They were up by 5 with 10 minutes to go and then just ran out of gas.
They're very athletic, Steve.
Foul underneath on the Wildcats as Miller double pumped.
Saying, you know, I was impressed with Utah State also, is not only were they athletic, they didn't have the 7-footers in the back line. They had a couple of 6'9s, they had 6'6", 6'3", but they're all well-built, well-conditioned athletes.
Ketchum picked up his second personal foul on that last whistle.
Of course, by the zone, it keeps both teams really safe from making too many foul calls. There's a turnover.
Well, Utah's trying to go inside on the zone, which they have to do, as Gill reverses and scores.
That was a tremendous shot with great English on it.
Eddie Gill out of Aurora, Colorado.
Good patience there by Utah. You know, 2 opportunities maybe to take a shot a little quicker than Coach Majerus would have liked him to do.
Miller for 3. And 3-point shooting tonight vastly improved.
Yeah, I remember the beginning of last year, people were saying if Miller was going to be a pro that he had to work on his outside shooting. I think that has been removed. Any doubt about his ability. First of all, his strength. He has great. There's another steal.
And a steal right back on an ill-advised pass from Cullen.
Yeah, it was straight line, same plane pass. Very poor choice. You always want to throw the ball out at an angle or out to a wing. You can't throw it down the middle because obviously there's a defender there.
Here's a look at that last basket by Eddie Gill, junior out of Aurora. Look at this on our Southwest Airlines replay.
Yeah, you should get 6 points for that shot.
Southwest with fair so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible, like make that shot. Fly Southwest Airlines.
Gil looks like the type of player that could play, you know, 10 games in a day. He's just got that basketball player build.
Jensen for three. Rebound to Andre Miller. Bounces the ball off of the Weber State Wildcat, and Utah retains possession. Heads up play by Andre. Another timeout is taken. 11:55 left in the first half. A low scoring ball game as Utah leads 16-9. Heads up, says Andre.
The season, then give the number 560 Utes to your babysitter or whoever needs to get in touch with you during the game, and a messenger will deliver an AT&T wireless phone right to your seat.
Okay. Carpet one, Carpet Giant, CNN SI top 5. That's right. 3 unbeatens in the top 5.
He said,
"Get that girls that cheered for all 3 schools." Oh, jeez. Okay.
More great comedy with hit sitcom News Radio. The best news radio show on television. It's News Radio every weeknight, 5:30 on KJazz TV.
11:55 left in the half. A low-scoring one. Utah leads 16-9. Team fouls. Weber has 4. Utah has just a pair. And let's take a look at our Carpet One Carpet Giant CNNSI top 5 men's basketball team. 3 unbeaten teams in that top 5 with Connecticut, UConn number 1, Maryland number 2, Cincinnati unbeaten in the 4th position, and Utah after the weekend, well, actually the win at Long Beach and the loss earlier in the grade 8 has dropped to 22nd. Utes trigger it back in. I don't think that's going to bother Rick Majerus at all.
No, I'll tell you, I hate the ratings. I think it puts too much pressure on the kids, too much expectations on the coaches, and it's all conjecture, you know. I mean, wait till they play 20 games before you decide who is the good team.
And hard to rank somebody after 2 or 3
Oh,
games.
yeah, look at all the problems having in football, trying to get a national champion, you know, and the computer can't do it. There's what Andre does good. Penetration and pitching out.
And Althoff just used his body to hold off the rebounder. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines.
Foul Weber State number 32, Andy Jensen.
Andy Jensen picks up his first personal foul. And checking in now is Jeremy Killiam, replacing Adam Sharp. Cullen also takes a seat.
Well, so far, Utah's been controlled here, Steve, and that's very important because if they keep moving the ball and they keep increasing their lead, they got to bring Weber State out of the zone. And when that happens, a lot of the scouts here are going to find out that you can't play zone against Utah because they can really shoot the ball. Good patience, good ball handling, and baskets like that. So you got to go to man-to-man, and I'll tell you, when you go to man-to-man, Rick Majerus' teams will pick you apart. They are so disciplined.
Otto has 4 points now, and Utah's lead is 9. Utes shooting 58% from the floor.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong the way Weber State is playing. They're just playing Utah's probably the best game Utah's played all year.
Ball knocked away by Killian. Utah has the basketball. Pass was intended for Baskerville.
I think Baskerville tripped over the line then. I mean, he looked at the ref, and I don't blame him. I think he did get knocked down.
Nate Althoff to inbound for the Utes to Andre Miller.
Nate Althoff has gotten bigger, stronger, more effective. Nice player.
Yeah, you talked about his ability to handle the ball in traffic, and again, he's got that pinky finger on his left hand taped to the second finger because of the fracture there, and he says it's still not right. Oh, great outside shot there by Killian. who in junior college was a terrific three-point shooter. And Beglan calls a 20-second timeout.
Don't be surprised now to see a change in defense, because obviously the zone has not been effective, but I don't think it's been a very aggressive zone. They've allowed him too many good outside shots.
Our 20-second timeout is brought to you by Mount Olympus Spring Water. If you've got the thirst, Mount Olympus has the water. Pure and protected from a source high on Mount Olympus. It's been a home team favorite since 1898. There is a difference. Mount Olympus waters, pour it down. And that's what Frank's doing right now. Here's Killian's three. Oh yeah, nothing but the bottom of the net. You know, it's nice to get home because we have the Mount Olympus water right here at the table.
Yes, we have to take those substitutes on the road. I'm carrying my own Mount Olympus with me.
There you go.
Killian's got a nice build on him, doesn't he? Yeah. You can see he's been in the weight room.
Yeah, he does, and he's only been a 26% three-point shooter so far this season, but he comes in with a fine three-point shot when he was in junior college.
Do you think those pants are uncomfortable? I can't imagine my pants being below my knees.
I can't either, at least not on purpose.
No, I like them long, but I think they look all right, but I can't imagine them being that long. Looks like you don't have any legs.
Arsenault, he had legs on that shot over Jensen.
Arsenault can run. Arsenault can jump, and he can shoot the basketball.
10-point Utah lead.
Enough said about that young guy. He'll be a pro someday. There's not a doubt in my mind about it. I like the way, the crispness that the Utes are running their offense, and they quite evidenced by the nice clean shots they're getting. Before the zone gets to them, they're squaring on the basket, and that comes from good, quick passes. And
Killian is 2 for 2 from the arc. And a big-time block by Althoff, who has 3. And he also got the loose ball. Nate Althoff is just eating things alive in the paint. Collision. Jensen forces the shot. It goes down. And it counts. He is fouled.
You know, what I like about Althoff is that when he blocks shots, he keeps the ball alive.
And this one goes over Joey Haas.
All right, there's the pass. Now watch him take it to the basket. Now he got there too late, and he was still moving laterally. That was a good call by the official. Though Coach Beglan is quite upset with it. Any coach would be. But you cannot be moving in a lateral plane when the player has left his feet, because he's too vulnerable to be hurt. Good play by Jensen. Jensen just gets better and better.
And I beg your pardon, it was Mark Turig who picked up the foul. The freshman out of Zurich, Switzerland.
27-11, Steve.
Weber State in danger of losing contact with the Utes right now. Sean Moore out of Weber High School from Rich JC is into the lineup. Arsenault, though, trying to keep his team in it almost single-handedly.
Yep.
Arsenault has 7 of the 13 Weber points.
Yeah, Weber has to have a run where they get 3 baskets in a row, or else this kind of a lead would be too much to overcome here in the Huntsman Center.
Natola for 3. Won't go. And Utah's height inside proving to be a difference as they keep possession. Killian comes back in for Utah. Crockett also comes in. And now Cullen will check back into the Ute lineup. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Smith's Food and Drug Centers, where you can earn 5% off your groceries with our 5% rewards program. Come into Smith's and check it out.
One thing about Rick Majerus, he gives the young players a chance to play. And if they make mistakes, he'll take them out, but he'll get them right back in again.
Killian feels it didn't go, but Cullen's put back. There's nobody to put a body on him.
Cullen's done a nice job tonight, Steve. Everything he's done has been right. He's going to be a good one.
Cullen has 8. Foul and contact on the pick.
And what I like about the Utes tonight, it's no nonsense. They're just playing straight man-to-man defense. Doing all hustle.
Here's Cullen again. Killian, who was 3 for 3, or 2 for 2 rather, from the arc, couldn't go 3 for 3, but look at that. Nobody boxes Cullen out.
Nobody boxes him out. It's very hard to box out in the zone, and that's one of the problems with the zone. You get an advantage of having your big men under the basket all the time, but you lose some of your boxing out abilities.
Noel Jackson and Chris Woods have checked into the Weber lineup. Woods with the ball right now. Freshman out of Chicago, Indiana. Left-handed shot by Turig is good, and he's fouled on the play.
Turig went up strong, used that left hand very, very well, using the glass.
Crockett. Cullen is the man who is the offending player. And there it is, the body contact, the left hand by Turig. And Turig a chance to finish off the three-point play.
Yeah, that was just a good offensive play. Nothing wrong with the defense there.
Cullen comes out. And Tyson Johnston checking into the Utah lineup. So
Yeah.
both coaches not afraid to go deep in their bench.
Yeah, I think that Rick knows he wants the 8 minutes to go. He's getting a lot of people to sweat. They're getting a chance to play here at home in case he has to use them in the closer, if the game is closer in the second half. You can't wait till you're tied or behind to suddenly give guys a chance to play.
Well, Miller had plenty on that one. Too much air ball over the top.
Yeah, sometimes you give a guy even 2 minutes in the first half. It prepares him mentally for the second half on what he's thinking at halftime.
Oh, nice crossover and jump shot by Arsenault.
Yeah, Arsenault's a good one, Steve. I can't keep saying that enough. He's better than I thought he was. I knew he was good. I saw him on TV, but now that I'm seeing him live, Scotty Layden told me he's a good player.
6'6", out of New Orleans, Midland Junior College, and whistle and foul underneath.
He looks 35. He's a mature-looking young man.
He is. Mark Turing commits his second personal foul and the 7th team foul on the Wildcats. Tyson Johnston goes to the line.
He works across campus. They call him Professor.
Tyson Johnston at the line for Utah.
Interesting, some of those Weber State players got their hands down on their knees. I don't think that they're tired, but it's a bad sign. It's bad with body language. Oh, they're right there.
Johnston with the miss. It's Arsenault. Look at him. He'll pop out there at 3.
Not a good shot. That was a forced shot.
And a lot of pressure.
Yep.
But he's really been the only offense.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to take over the game.
Johnston, wild shot, foul on the rebound. Crockett comes in and bangs Arsenault, and Arsenault certainly looks tired.
Yes, he does.
I don't think he's had a rest yet.
And he's played hard.
A timeout with 7 minutes left in the first half, and Utah has the lead at 29-18. We'll return to the Jon M. Huntsman Center in a moment. He's just checking it out, making sure we're working.
Yes, here we are.
Yeah, he's trying to duck behind. What there? They need some airbrushing on that pitcher, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, big time.
Oh, yeah. Arsenault's reject 2 from the arc. Okay. All right, you're letting them play, Frank. Look at this. Look at this banging. Okay, all top. Look at this. Another all top block. All top again. Yeah. Big Nate controlling the paint. I'm hearing ambient audio off of that stuff, though. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe sometime you want to show the Weber State zone is very contained. It's not coming out and it's not contested. They're not contesting these shooters at all. It looks like they're expecting them to miss.
Utah has built an 11-point lead to due in no small measure to the inside play of Big Nate Althoff, who's using that big wingspan to control the paint. Look at this. Rejection.
And by the way, Steve, that's a knack. Not everybody has it. You know, Big Mark Eaton had it. There's a lot of big guys who never block a shot in their life. It's a skill. I feel that it's something you can practice somewhat, but I think that more it has to do with just something you're born with. It's timing. And he has a little bit extra because not only does he block the shots, but he keeps the ball alive and gets his chance at a possession rather than knock it out of bounds and give it back to the team that he just blocked the shot for.
There you see 3 for Utah, all from Nate Althoff, and Weber yet to block a shot, but the left-hander puts the ball in. Noel Jackson, a senior out of New Orleans.
And it's suddenly an 8-point game. And now the zone is extended a little bit. They're out. They're picking up a lot sooner, put a little more pressure on Miller. There they are out in the wing. See, they weren't there before, and that's how they were getting some easy shots.
And the ball is stolen away by Chris Woods.
It paid off with a turnover.
Arsenault over Jensen.
I didn't like the rotation in that shot, Steve.
No, and Arsenault at 6'6". He's listed at 6'6". I don't think he's that big, but he plays bigger. And Jensen at 6'7". And those long arms, I think, bothered him a little bit on that shot. Jensen can't do the one-touch inside. But he strips the ball away. It goes off Jensen, however. Heads-up play by Alex. Missed the shot. Was going down to the ground. A little lazy on the part of Weber State. And watch what happens when you get lazy with Alex Jensen around. Okay, there's the ball. Chris Woods has it. Now he doesn't. Yeah. But it went off his own foot.
Yeah, that was a great play by Jensen. He stayed right with it. You say lazy or careless?
Yeah, one of the two.
Althoff overextended himself. Big guys don't want to go out there and be using their hands. They want to play defense with their feet.
Noel Jackson will trigger in. Jackson, who is from New Orleans, played at CEU, College of Eastern Utah.
6 minutes to go. Very crucial 6 minutes for Weber to get back in the game so they can win with a little bit of momentum.
You saw Mark Lawson out of Tooele High School, played for Salt Lake Community College coming into the game. Underneath, shot is rejected again by the Utes.
You know, you play with those kind of blocks over and over again, taking away opportunities to score. It's just like turnovers. But the Utes have hurt themselves by having a few of those turnovers.
Jensen had position inside. Great pass to Althoff, who puts it down.
You know, that was a great play. Miller made the first pass, Jensen made the next pass, and Althoff made the dunk. That was an exciting pro-like play.
You can expect to see that on the highlight reel.
Yes, that was a good one.
Inside, left-hander, Turing. Won't get the bounce. Contact underneath.
This game's getting a little bit rough. That's the thing. It's getting a little bit rough. You know what happens is the referees let the players play. You want to have that happen, but this is what the result will be. Oh, this is a great pass by Jensen. Althoff, quick jump, and he goes up and dunks it with 2 hands. A lot of times you can't get big guys catch the ball, get it right up over their heads, and to make the quick jump. You know, I said that Jensen was going to be a difference. I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if before this season's over that Althoff isn't playing a big role.
Well, he committed his second personal foul on the play, and that puts Arsenault at the line, so Althoff will get a seat.
He's gonna foul. He's an aggressive defensive player, so he's gonna come up with some fouls. But I'd rather have him that way than have him soft.
Arsenault's shot is short, but it crawls over the rim. Harold Arsenault averaging 23.3 for the season, 5.3 rebounds. Arsenault is an 80% free throw shooter.
And a 50% field goal, 51% field goal shooter.
And from some of the shots he puts up, that's pretty impressive. You see the touch because it caught the front of the rim both times, and yet the ball still managed to score.
Yeah, he's got great strength. And there's another example of the zones coming out. See, now they're playing the wingmen a little bit tougher. Now you're not getting that easy jump shot that you got earlier in the game. I'm surprised that they allow them to have the baseline like that. You know, if you want to drive on Weber State, their defenders are coming out on the inside, the middle part of the court, rather than the baseline side, and that's a lane to the basket you don't want to give up.
And don't look now, but Jeremy Killian has 13 points to lead all scorers. Blocked by Jensen. So Weber continues to challenge Utah's big men, and they are equal to the challenge right now.
And Miller gets down the floor.
Andre penetrates, can't finish. Gill.
Well, he needs a shot. He hasn't had a shot in a while. Every once in a while, it's good to get a shot. You know, you get feel like you're in the offense.
Eddie Gill pulls it off and gives to Harold Arsenault, and now coming through.
Yeah, I started saying,
and Woods collide.
I started saying, and then they put on that fine play with the pass from Miller to Jensen to Althoff, so he showed it. But what happens is when you let the players play, you'll see here, when you let them play, and the referees are letting them play here, all right, now the play it starts to get out of hand, and of course you saw Killian with a retaliating push there. And of course, the next thing you know is that you have a fight. So the referees jumped in there.
I thought I was watching the WWF there for a minute.
Yes. Either that or the prom. Looked like the two of them were dancing. Yeah,
I don't know how your proms were in New York, but I never saw that at my prom.
Yeah, I went to Boys High.
Enough said. All right, the first free throw is good by Chris Woods.
Yeah, I think the referees want to let them play, but they've got to make sure they maintain control. Don't let the players start to get out of hand by knocking each other around, especially off the ball.
Killian with his second rebound to go with his 13 points.
Most fights start in players banging each other off the ball, not a defensive player on the ball. Players with the ball expect to get hit, and the defenders expect to hit them.
Sharp was wide open, but a whistle stops play.
Yeah, and that's the kind of call you want. This stops those cheap shots. I don't think either coach wants that either.
Chris Woods is the man who was called for the foul.
I believe in fouling, but I think it should be constructive and not destructive.
User checking into the Utah lineup. And at the line, Andre Miller. Kind of quiet offensively tonight. Got 3 points, adds 1 to it.
Well, they've done a pretty good job. You know, Miller gets a mindset of what his job is. His teammates are hitting the jumpers, so he doesn't have to score. The other night they were missing. He took the ball to the basket and had a wonderful game. Oh, won the game almost single-handed.
Andre hits them both. Has 5 to go with his 4 assists.
He's a solid player, you know, and just, you know, I had some doubts when he was a freshman, a sophomore, whether he could make it a point guard. But now he's the premier point guard in my mind, maybe in the country.
Commits a foul. That's number 1 on Andre. And the 9th team foul on the Utes.
Toughest position in basketball, Steve, is the point guard. I mean, you know, big guys, they have their hands full. But you got to be able to defend, you got to be able to pass the ball, you got to be able to shoot the ball, but more than anything else, you got to be able to make the judgment as to when to pass and when to shoot. Miller has grown and got his degree in that also.
Gill with a nice rotation, hits both free throws, has 4 points. And we'll take a break with 3:52 remaining in the half, and the Utes still hold a 9-point edge. Yeah. Okay. Andy Jensen, who played here, 95, 96, I think, isn't it? '95, '96, played 13 games, scored 6 points, transferred to Weber in '96, and then redshirted. Okay. So we do that coming out of the break? Okay, I gotcha. At halftime. Okay. Rob is in the studio. Join Rob. Okay. Utes with a 35-26 edge. We talked earlier about the brother matchup, Andy Jensen of Weber against Alex of Utah. If you go back far enough, you remember perhaps Andy Jensen in a Utah uniform in '95 and '96. That 95-96 season, he appeared in 13 games, scored 6 points, then redshirted after transferring to Weber. 2 of the 6 points. And we go to the archives, and there he is, the left-hander. He's picked up some size, Frank, since that time. And if you want to know more about the brothers' battle tonight, join Rob Howell in our studios as Audrey Piper reports on the Andy-Alex matchup on our halftime report. Meantime, we're 3:52 away from the halftime horn, and Utah has the edge. Doesn't look much older than he did in '95, Frank.
No, he certainly doesn't, but he's a lot bigger. He's put on 50 pounds, I'll bet.
Backcourt pressure from the Wildcats.
Yeah, good call by Coach Abakan. Very good call. And it's causing the Utes some problems, but they get it across just in time.
Yeah, just barely, about a second to spare. And now stepping on the sideline is Ben Hauser, the young man out of Preston, Idaho.
Not a bad idea after a timeout, you know, to come out and do something radically different. It does upset the team with the ball.
Turnovers all even up at 7 apiece.
I like this Weber State team. I think they're going to be all right. Good defense.
There's Mark Lawson.
Great defense, along with the block shots tonight. The Utes are doing a great job. Baskerville
to the basket. And he's fouled on his journey. Tonight's game brought to you in part by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Hunno Mentala committing the personal foul. That's number 1 for Hunno.
You know, this little crossing pattern, almost a weave that the Weber State team is using, is very difficult to defend against and stay with your own man. But the Utes are doing an excellent job.
Damian Baskerville, young man out of Detroit, Michigan. He's a senior.
Remember, there used to be a guy named Baskerville Holmes.
I remember that. One of the great all-time names in sports or any place else.
And it was named after the Sherlock Holmes character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Down to the Baskerville.
Yes.
Yep. Good pressure backcourt now by the Wildcats. Caused Utah some problems, but they break the press, and Sharp travels.
All right, 2 full court presses, 2 turnovers, Steve. You know, one of the things when you apply a full court press, a full court trap, and you'll see it here, all right, is that a lot of times the offense feels they're free, and obviously Sharp was not free there. It was a one-on-one situation. He was attacking a man that was 10 inches taller than him, and he ends up taking a bad shot. But more than that,
Jensen strips Arsenault.
More than that, he walked with the basketball on another turnover.
Well, I'll tell you, Alex Jensen doing a great job on Arsenault. Arsenault is getting his points. He's got 11 of them. But Jensen has only got the single personal foul, so he's done a nice job defensively without getting in foul trouble.
Very consistent. There's a good move by
I think
Miller.
Andre was surprised he was that open.
Yes.
There's Hunno Mentala on a putback.
Yeah, Metla got him a second opportunity, and that's a big basket right at this point because they have had problems with the press. But Miller, yeah, great crossover, great to the left hand. Yeah, I think you're right. He was more open than he ever expected to be.
Bodies fly. Sharp has a rebound.
Probably not a shot that they needed right at that time by Miller. You know, a little bit rushed, a little bit forced. You know, with 2 minutes to go, you want to be in control and maybe go out of here getting 2 more baskets, Steve. You know, you say you're in a 2-minute game. Remember, we talked about the important minutes of a game. I think it's the first 2 minutes of the ball game, the last 2 minutes before the half. You want to play in great control. And in college basketball, the game is so short that possessions are so precious. You want to make sure you take advantage of every one. You turn the ball over enough without taking tough shots.
And Arsenault goes to the line to shoot 2.
And he is a little bit tired because he's taking a deep breath there. Taking a breath for 3 people.
Kind of short-armed it up, but he manages to convert.
Well, he gets the right kind of rotation. The ball is rotating back, and when it hits the rim, it will go forward.
Noel Jackson comes in. Incidentally, the last personal foul was on Hunno Mentala, his second. But Noel Jackson comes in. Out of CEU, has a knee problem, and he's the only one that Ron Beglin thought was quick enough to stay with Andre Miller. There's a nice rotation as Arsenault has 13 points here in the half.
Yeah, they were.
There's the pressure
trap
after the
again. Yep. So you get the ball out of Miller's hands. That's the start right there.
Killian under a lot of pressure down low, has nowhere to go. And a jump ball and possession arrow goes to the Wildcats.
That's 3 out of 4, I remember. At least 3 out of 4 in these traps.
Here it is again. Watch it. Now Killian dribbles in, and he's got the end line stopping him, plus 2 players.
They do a great job of getting their hands up and getting, you know, in the player's face and taking away his view to be able to get the ball back out. They take away his vision. Nice job. It's something they had in the bag, and they wanted to use it at the right time. They got behind, they had to put it in maybe sooner than they would have liked to.
A big turnover because a conversion here with a 37-30 count. The Wildcats have scrapped their way back into this one.
I'm sure the coach at Beglin did not want to use this trap in the first half, but he got so far behind he had to. This is something he would like to bring out in the second half. But
it's been effective.
Yes, but Rick Majerus is going to have a chance now to counter it. See, that's another shot I might not have taken. I would have shown a little more patience instead of taking another outside shot at this point in the game. Anyway, it's a good shot, but maybe not at this point in the game.
Well, I don't think Rick liked the shot.
No, I'm sure.
Baskerville inside did a nice job keeping Killian on his hip.
No, Rick and I think alike.
That's a scary thought.
Yes, it is.
Inside, I don't know for who. Weaver with the steal and Gill with the basket. Don't look now. We have a 3-point game.
Yes, and Rick calls timeout. But what I was about to say is that Rick has time to go in at halftime now and make his adjustments. If the press was used in the second half, then there's no time to make those adjustments.
20-second timeout brought to you by Mount Olympus Spring Water. If you've got the thirst, as we know, Mount Olympus has the water. Pure and protected from a source high on Mount Olympus from a wilderness area. And boy, is it ever good. Let's take a look at the last play, Frank, on our telestrator, brought to you by Larry H. Miller Auto Group.
Sure. What you're going to see here is the scout player who is able to go to where the ball is. He'll go in either direction. Now here, you take away this part of the court. All right, good defensive stance here. Miller's looking up. Here comes the trap right here. And of course, you know, you get the ball out of Miller's hands. And as the ball he tries to reverse it, it is plucked away. And you look at their great quickness. There's another trap there. And they get the ball into the middle. And I'm sure that's what Rick Majerus talked about during that timeout.
Yeah, they broke it differently that time, Frank.
Yes, they did.
Crockett at the circle.
Sure. Well, that's how you break a zone. You get the ball into the middle.
And now
you got to make your shots at the other end.
Wildcats run and have it stolen.
Yes.
Andre Miller's quick hands.
And that's where defense pays off.
And that's where strength pays off on the opposite end.
Yeah.
Maybe so Andre Miller about a 4-point turnaround there.
Yeah, he rushed the shot a little bit, but it went down. And of course, Miller's best when the pressure's on. That's up to 5 again. And more than that is...
Crowd is into this one now, though.
Yeah.
Gill. They wanted a double dribble, probably should have had it. Shot clock at 13. Jackson's left-handed shot creeps in.
Nice soft touch by the lefty.
It's a 3-point game again with 7
now
seconds.
you hold out for 1 shot.
Underneath, wide open. And with 2 seconds left, what a great pass by Andre Miller. And heads up play. Crockett drifts to the baseline, gets the shot, and a Utah lead is back to 5. But Andre Miller showing why he is everybody's All-American. Heads up. And Crockett finishes for Utah, the young man out of Viewmont. It's the Utes by 5. Arsenal's tired, isn't he?
Yeah. Right. Sure.
There's nothing in the screen right now. There you go.
You getting it? It's not real smooth. That's
It just won't draw in the dark.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay on this end. I don't know if you're getting it.
Thanks.
Did you get it when I was drawing before? Sure. I got a cross right at half court. Is that guy's name Jerry
Carter? Yeah, Jerry Carter.
Jerry Carter, cigar guy.
Yeah. JC.
Yep. JC. Also performs its own solo show, which you will see.
JC used to be my photographer at 4 when Geetson was here. He was our sports photographer. One of these days, I'll tell you about his chase with the police. We hear it over the news. The police scanners. They're chasing this guy in a Channel 4 news car. It's shit. I gotta tell you the story. It's great.
He's a cigar guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Good half.
Yeah, it was a good half. Kind of started lethargic, but it finished up pretty well. They got back into it.
We haven't gotten any stats yet.
No. They're right here, but. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, Frank. That's... We got that much time? Okay.
This next piece uses musical ideas from such diverse areas as rock, hip-hop, and classical music. The new drumline performs the powerful...
They're giving us stats every 2 minutes, and they don't give it to us at halftime. Audrey, could you see if anybody's got stats, the halftime stats?
Where's the banner?
We had one? Yeah, in the past we have. What does it say? Big dance floor? Thanks. Love to have it.
Frank doesn't want a cookie.
I thought we had one there.
Hey, got your buddy Chris.
I'll go after you right now.
We had one. You know what? There was one up during the girls' game, and we weren't doing the game.
I'll go after you right
Yes. Oh, hey, Randy. He just told. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's over there asking now. I told Randy to go ask him, and he's giving him some look, but you know.
Turnovers. Both teams 10 turnovers.
Yep. The guy's an idiot. I mean, he really is. Now he's giving his. That's not my job. I mean, you got to read the body language over there. It's amazing. Yep. And Randy's going, hey, we got to. I mean, I can see Randy going, well, we got to have a banner back there. Now, now Chris is going, okay. Right.
Okay, Steve. 11 out of 12 from the free throw line. That's the stat that jumps out at us.
And how about the three-point shooting?
Well, they've only taken 4. We're 4 out of 5, but they're...
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, he's calling for the banner. Can we find one? Okay. Okay, well, I tell you, Killian really sparked the Utes. Yeah. So before we go to leading scores, we want to do their leading scores and then go to this.
Tonight we have Joe Busick and Peter Kalish.
Okay, so we'll do him first, and then I'll say leading scores. Yeah, right.
Do you feel lucky? 3.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, just one segment, right? Then take the break. Okay. Well, right now he's helping him toss dice. I mean, you know, it's the important stuff.
Please don't manage the dice. Here's Peter.
Well, Killian's matched Arsenault. That's the big.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
congratulations, Peter Kalish. And thanks Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines fares so long, you have the freedom to go places.
We could save 1 million trees. We could save 1 million trees, you know?
And now please direct your attention to midcourts. We'd like to introduce tonight's Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield Super Fan of the game. With us on the floor from Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield is Mr. Kevin Bischoff, along with Crimson Club
Okay.
Assistant Director Gary Haas. Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield has made a donation to the Crimson Club Scholarship Fund in honor of tonight's Super Fan. Tonight we are again pleased to actually have a super couple.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't want to get too friendly too soon.
Two have been coming and running youth games together for over
Boys High School.
But that's good. We had a couple of good ones. You and Rick think alike. That's scary. I don't know for who.
The only thing different, we use different barbers.
Yeah, there you go.
I go for haircuts, he goes for estimates.
Goes for a wax job.
You like that?
I like that.
That one upstairs?
Yeah.
Lewinsky.
With what?
Lewinsky.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I got to come up with something I can use tomorrow night at Larry's deal.
Oh, yeah. It is tomorrow night, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh.
A couple of minutes difference. Hey, a note during the holidays this year, please keep in mind less fortunate children and donate to KJazz TV's Caring for Kids. Just take a new unwrapped toy to any of our participating sponsor locations. With your help, we can make sure everybody has a wonderful holiday season. You see the participating sponsors there, so please take just a minute and let's put a smile on everybody's face. You'll do nothing better the entire holiday season. Wildcats open in that 1-3-1 zone.
Yes,
again.
and it's a little bit loose. See, they're playing off of them, and that's the defense that gave them those kind of shots.
Oh, good look for Metala. Nice tip by Jensen.
Good follow by Jensen. But, you know, I mean, I think that they make a mistake. And now look at the Utes are coming out and extending their defense and bringing a little more pressure on Gill.
Utah in the man-to-man bounce pass inside. On the floor, picked up by Utah.
Another turnover. That's one of the things that happened. Weber caused the Utes to turn the ball over, but they turned it over themselves 10 times. Way too many for a college game.
Metala goes back outside.
Good judgment.
Yeah, it was, because when he caught it, if he could have gone up with it, he might have had a good shot, but he
just
waited
fumbled a little bit, yeah. Now see, they get the ball pretty.
Good. Metala had a nice look, and Metala scores. Did a nice job, I thought, Frank. He wanted to go up the first time, but the defender went up, and Metala was able to drop the hips without walking and wait and time his shot.
In fact, the guy hit him a little bit, but, you know, he took his time and didn't pull the string too soon. And that's maturity.
Lead is back to 9.
Yeah, and halftime came and takes a little spark out of the team. There's an offensive pick. And the turnover, and the big one is upset with it.
And Andre Miller just set the Ute steals record with that last pick right there. They credit Miller with the pick. He got his hand in there, and he has now become the all-time leader, passing Josh Grant for #1 all-time on the University of Utah's steals career list, 192.
You might have seen Miller then hold up before he crossed half court, so he had a lot of passing lanes before he wanted to recognize what the defense was. A year ago, he didn't do that, Steve. He's got a good court awareness now.
And a foul is called again It's going to be called on Eric Ketchum.
And that's a good call. Ketchum's meeting him early, and being very physical with him.
That's number 4, Frank, because he got one called at the other end a moment ago.
Well, he's coming out.
And now there's a foul on Utah.
A lot of times this happens at halftime. You know, the referees are inside and they talk about what happened in the first half. And I think that very well could have been the case here. And they said, we're going to call a little bit tighter in the second half, and so we see a couple of quick offensive fouls right away.
Yeah, they called the last one on Nate Althoff, number 3 on him. So yeah. Utah's big man in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, well, they want to clean it up before it's too late. Too late would be if you had a fight break out. And you don't want that among teams that are locals.
Arsenal, great spin. Oh, and a nice dish as he finds Jensen. And a wonderful assist on the part of Arsenal.
Sure, and I think you saw what he can do. You know, a lot of guys would have shot that ball, but he passed it. He saw the open man at the last second.
And Andy Jensen rolled to the basket and was rewarded for his effort. As a big man, you like to get that reward. That time, Jensen's pocket was picked by Baskerville. And he scores for Weber State. Back to 5.
Back to 5.
And the Wildcats doing it with quick hands on defense.
Yeah, they are. They got good, quick guys who stay low to the ground. I don't think they're a great defensive team because they allowed too much penetration. But
there's another. Arsenal tapped the ball. Baskerville got it, goes to the left hand, and Arsenal put it back. Got his fingers caught in the net. And now Rick Majerus wants a timeout, a 20-second timeout. As Mount Olympus 20-second timeout.
The momentum changed quickly there, and it always comes with defense. I don't care whether it's women's basketball, men's basketball, or what. Pro basketball, momentum comes off a defense.
If you've got the thirst, Mount Olympus has the water. It's been the home team favorite since 1898. Mount Olympus Spring Waters, there is a difference. There's the steal. Baskerville. And he scored, and then they pick him again. Watch this one.
And what's impressive is how quickly these guys dribble. They dribble faster than the Ute players run.
And watch Arsenal, who was tired at halftime. Look at him run the floor, though, for the follow-up. And he got his hand caught on the rim, did a little pirouette.
Yeah, he can run, he can jump, he can shoot it. I have to see him shoot a little more outside. I was a little suspect of one of his shots in the last half there, but he looks like the whole package.
Just a junior. Came out of Midland JC at Washington High School in New Orleans, Louisiana. So
yes.
Look at the steals total. Weber 10.
Now here's the extension of the defense again. A little switching there, not the trapping zone that we've seen. It's a man-to-man, but it's a very aggressive man-to-man. Yes.
Arsenal
body to body
on Metala. Jensen has trouble with the handle.
Yeah, we'll see. You guys are playing in your vest pocket. It makes it a little tougher to handle the ball.
Little contact there. Officials let him go.
Yeah, Arsenal did not leave his feet. He was tempted to.
Killian shoots over Turing and gets his own rebound. And now it's tied up and a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Wildcats. Everything going Weber's way right now, and they're making some things happen.
Well, they're making it. You're right, Steve. That's exactly right. They're making it happen off of their defense.
Create your own luck, and the Wildcats are certainly doing that now.
Yeah, and I think in a straight man-to-man defense, they're suspect defensively, but as a unit helping out and using their quickness, they're very, very effective. They'll win a lot of games this year, I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. I mean, I hope they do.
Wildcats running a lot of picks down inside.
Covering your pass, covering your shot is so important in this game. Give yourself balance. Metla's trying to get inside position. Althoff sets a pick for him. Jensen gets it down low.
And Althoff puts it in over Turing. Althoff did a nice job backing Turing down, just muscled and then yelled Alex. When he was ready for the pass, Jensen dropped it over the top and Althoff scored.
Yeah, and like I said against Long Beach State, the thing that impresses me is you throw it in there, he catches it. You know, a lot of big guys don't catch it, and that's why they can't play. You know, they're tall, and that helps, but a lot of tall guys don't have good hands. This guy's got long arms and good hands.
I'm amazed, and I don't want this to sound negative, but I'm amazed at the level of improvement on Nate Althoff's part from this year to last. Nate Althoff making things happen for the Utes, offensively and defensively. The shot, the score, and we'll be back.
Hard work. I'll tell you, he at times looks like the best player on the team.
Oh, he's pretty impressive, I think. I mean, you figure he's got the bad hand, and he does do a nice job of catching the ball.
Blocking shots.
Yeah. Boy, those 3 shots were impressive.
Yeah.
And I was tempted to say, that may just be our Morgan Jeweler Diamond Play of the game, but we don't have them anymore. Where's our sales department? Okay. Yes, be sure to keep it here tonight following the game for the adrenaline-filled action and drama of 7 days. Then it's an all-new exciting episode of Star Trek Voyager. Travis, you don't want to miss it. Not for anything. Look at this.
All right.
Look at this. Look.
What are we going to see?
Look at this. Watch him. Watch it. Yep, we got it. Ah, he's telling set the pick play. A good pick is hard to find. Isn't that right? That's the signal for that pick down low. That left side pick.
Now where's he throw it?
Yeah, he rolls it. It's pick and roll. It was a pick and roll. That's what I knew that. I seen little pick and roll.
Pick and roll and bowl.
That's right. And then try and hide it.
You guys are awful.
Be sure to keep it here tonight following the Utah game for the adrenaline-filled action and drama of 7 days. And then it's an all-new exciting episode of Star Trek Voyager. You don't want to miss. That's tonight, 11 o'clock right here on KJazz TV.
I'll watch it.
I know you'll run home to get there.
I do.
And the way you've been running these days, you probably will run home. I tell you, you keep losing any more weight, we're going to have to only buy a half a ticket.
Especially in this cold weather.
Yes,
Steve.
sir. Nate Althoff gets a well-deserved rest. And there you see the left or the right hand and the finger, the pinky finger is the one that's injured.
Yeah, but you said it right. That guy has improved. And you know what? He didn't wake up one. Wow.
Oh, Arsenal for 3.
Arsenal with a big, long 3-point shot. But he didn't wake up one morning and just be better. He's worked very hard over the summer.
I'm very impressed
His
with
body's bigger. He's bigger. He's stronger and much more effective. And, you know, he's in great shape. And when you're in shape, you play better. It's that simple. Young players, young high school players, you want to be better, start by helping yourself by being in great physical shape.
Sharp shot is short. Try saying that 3 times. Metala picks up the loose ball.
The sharp's right on the front rim. Not bad.
Metala. Oh, circus shot. He makes it.
Big basket.
Big basket is right, Frank. Watch it again. Hano hangs.
Yes.
Not exactly squaring.
No, but one of the things he does, Steve, he uses the backboard well.
He also used Arsenal's back real well, too.
Yes.
So
To elevate himself.
when in
That's
doubt. And he converts the free
So
throw.
many times you see guys drive the middle. They can't use the backboard because they don't have control. They bang it off the board. But he is able to get it up there very softly off the backboard. Yeah, people would say, why is Sharp in there now? You got to rest Miller sometime. You can't play him the whole ball game.
3-point shot from the corner is good by Eddie Gill.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you look and you say, wow, that's not a good shot. Bingo, it goes down.
They go down, they're all good, right?
Yes.
Never saw a bad shot that scored.
So we're in a 14.5-minute game, Steve, with the Utes up by 2.
Hey, well, that's what you get when you get in-state rivals.
Yes.
Remember, this Weaver team already owns a win over BYU and Southern Utah.
And you can bet BYU is watching the game and saying, well, what do we got to do? We're going to be playing these guys in a couple of weeks.
Jensen's shot is short. Kept alive and now pulled down by Turing. And he walks. Yes, he does, the official says. Well, he got a little help on that.
That was a good call.
Here's a look at the 3-pointer a moment ago by Eddie Gill. There's the dish from Baskerville. Spots up.
And he was ready to catch it. You see, he had his body squared to the basket. As soon as he caught the ball, he shot. The defense was there, but he had already elevated.
3-point shooting percentage. Both teams shooting pretty well.
Yeah, they're very physical on defense now. They're doing a good job. Weber State is doing a great job.
Oh, Miller wide open that time. Gill went for the steal, missed it.
Miller is a great post player. He uses his body so well. That pass was perfect. They practiced that. All right, they practiced that baseline pass away from the defense. Miller squares up as good as anybody on the ball club.
Nice crossover. Baskerville couldn't convert it, though, and here come the Utes.
Took his eye off the target.
Utah has
Worried about
numbers.
the defense.
Miller splits it, has it knocked out of his hands.
Yeah, Baskerville went to the basket, Steve, and he thought he was going to get there was going to be a collision, and when it didn't happen, he laid the ball up too hard. You got to keep your focus and your concentration. Always shoot the ball like nobody's on you.
Jensen converts. That was a nice, relaxed shot.
Yes.
First one we've seen tonight from Alex.
And suddenly that 2 points goes to 6 points. 2 big shots in a row, and 1 great attempt by Miller.
And Alex has 7. And a whistle stops play.
Yeah, those are the kind of fouls that Alex has got to get out of the habit of doing. It's a player that's not dangerous. You know, you're going to foul guys that are going to the hoop. Don't foul guys that are going away from the hoop. You know, don't use your hands and your body like that.
Second personal on Jensen. Team foul number 2 on the Utes.
But that guy's a load. He's guarding. He won't guard many players better than him this year.
Yeah, the quickness edge goes to Arsenault. The size edge and strength maybe goes to Jensen. But
yeah.
But look at Arsenault work inside, and that time help as they went to the front of the rim.
Yeah, look at Arsenault can't get back. See that? He's tired. There's no doubt about it. He works hard, but he is tired at this present time. See that baseline pass?
Reverse brother against brother, and that time Andy stopped Alex. Yep. Older brother won that battle. Arsenault, again, that quick step. Yeah, he did. Got away with a walk.
Yep.
Turn the ball over, though, and here comes Miller. Utes running. Ron Beglin's going to need a timeout. Yeah. He's going to need to give his team a blow right now.
You can see Arsenault is really sucking wind, and he got beaten off the dribble by Miller that time. He takes a 20-second
Yeah, he takes a 20, a wisely taken timeout with an 8-point margin that was a 1-point game just a few minutes ago. This crowd comes to its feet. I'll tell you one thing, the first 8 or 9 minutes of this game, crowd wasn't much into it because it was all Utah, but when Weber came storming back in the first half.
And it is just about a sellout. Just a few empty seats at the top.
Look at the last play again. Arsenault losing the ball.
Yeah, so that's a fatigue loss. He's tired. Just slipped out of his hands. Now watch Miller. It's an equal race now, and suddenly Miller bursts forward. Now, a guy dribbling up the floor should never be able to beat a defender. Defender should always have a head start and beat him down.
Timeout brought to us by Mount Olympus, and I've got about a half a bottle left. We're going to finish this baby off.
Plenty more where that came from, son.
Utah's choice since 1898. Mount Olympus spring water.
Hey, you know, calling you son, by the way, we're going to Texas where that guy called me
Sonny.
Sonny, yes.
Sonny Layden. That was
a guy, yeah.
2 years ago, we did a game at Texas, and the guy called you Sonny.
Sonny, yes. I just lost the weight then, and I said, yeah, look.
He made your day, didn't he?
Oh, that guy was 180. He looked like Gabby Hayes.
Outside, Chris Woods, and it's all Utes underneath rebounding.
And Miller gets up there and snatches it down with one hand. Good penetration here.
Big basket now. The lead is back to 10.
And Miller's played such a great role here. And don't forget, it came after the rest. Remember, Sharp was in the game, and I mentioned that people would wonder why Sharp was playing. They got that nice rest for Miller. Miller comes back in with fresh legs, takes over the ball game.
And Miller has 13 as we go to break. Andre Miller and the Utes begin to roll. It's a 10-point edge. Back with more.
How you doing, man?
Yeah. Yeah, Weber coaches. The other thing is, let's take a shot at Joe Cravens after we come out, because he was the head coach at Utah Majerus' first year when he had the bypass. He's the guy with the mustache, the assistant coach in the kind of green suit on the Weber bench, yeah. Joe Cravens, too. So he went 15-12 with Utah the year that Majerus had the bypass surgery. So, yeah, and a Utah connection. He was a Majerus assistant.
Fine coach, too, by the way.
Joe, yeah, he is. Look how skinny this girl is right here.
She's in some shape.
Yeah.
Body fat 0.
Oh, yeah. Those abs. Utes with a 10-point lead after the Wildcats clawed to within one, but this is a good rivalry. I'll tell you, Weber State has produced some great coaches too over the years. Dick Mata, of course, the 6 years went 80-4, and then Phil Johnson, 34-3. A couple of great coaches, and right now, an assistant to Ronna Beglin is Joe Cravens. If you remember the name, it's because he was on Rick Majerus' staff here at Utah. There's